I really feel that people are going to enjoy the experience. It's not just a game, this is more about showcasing a sport. Douglas Weber Events and Douglas Weber Group always had a vision of bringing American football to this part of the world.
New Zealand is a perfect place for the Southern Bowl because at the end of the day, they are a rugby-crazed nation that loves contact sport.
So when we were looking for coaches for the Southern Bowl, you want to go out there and find the best coaches. That is definitely the first thing that we wanted to do. Mike Shanahan and Mike Holmgren, those names ring bells.
Well, I can't say it's a rematch of Super Bowl 32, but I got the utmost respect for Mike Holmgren.
I'm on the phone with Mike Holmgren, who's going to be coaching one of the teams in the Southern Bowl in New Zealand, first ever American football exhibition tour to hit the Southern Hemisphere next year. Oh, tell me about this Southern Bowl. You're looking for players right now?
Football players can show their skills to NFL scouts, coaches, and teams at the Southern Bowl tryout tour right here in Las Vegas.
I always felt like I had the ability to play to the next level. It was always about how bad I wanted it. Not everyone is given this opportunity to be able to be on this plateau and be able to perform in this type of environment. But I'm excited, I'm thrilled.
The buzz around the Southern Bowl coming to New Zealand has been phenomenal.
The football players that play in the Southern Bowl benefit greatly because their main focus is to go to New Zealand, play the best possible games that they can, practice for 2 weeks in front of NFL scouts, and earn an NFL deal.
Once in a lifetime opportunity it is.
For us to have a game in New Zealand and coach against each other and put on a great game, I'm looking forward to the competition.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to Eden Park. For what is the press release for the official Southern Bowl of New Zealand. It's been a long journey, but thanks for turning up some almost decent weather. Today I'm joined to my right by the Ambassador of the United States to New Zealand, Mark Gilbert, and to my left is Jaron Giesler from Giesler Sports Worldwide.
Giesler Sports is an NFL agency founded by former Division I football players. We specialize in the development and professional representation of NFL athletes.
Hello, my name is Kellen Kemp, North American Ambassador for the Southern Bowl. Jaron and myself, we met at Delaware State University. We played football there. Jaron was a long snapper. Myself, I played offensive line. We built a bond over the years of playing there. Football, it forces friendships and, it brings guys together and you get to hear each other's stories. And, we got to meet each other and learn a lot about each other over the years. So that's how Jaron and myself started working with each other.
So Giesler Sports Worldwide has a worldwide presence, and Douglas Weber Events found us and had heard of our company and asked us to help take this game globally and see what we could do to bring American football into new emerging markets.
It's actually pretty funny how Jaron presented the idea of the Southern Bowl to me. Him and I, we've known each other for a long time, and we've been working on Giesler Sports and getting guys signed to the NFL and everything like that. So he called me and told me he got an opportunity from Craig Douglas to actually bring football overseas. Now at this point I'm thinking, okay, this sounds a little fishy. Sounds like something is up, but whatever you want to do, I'm down for the ride. I'm there for you 110%. And as things started building, I'm still scratching my head like, maybe this isn't going to happen. But as time has gone on, being on conference calls with Craig and everything like that, I've quickly come to the realization that this is real and it's happening. So.
My name's Craig Douglas. I'm the Managing Director of Douglas Weber Events. We're a Christchurch-based. Douglas Weber Group is an event management company that was founded in New Zealand approximately 11 years ago. We specialise in extreme sport and particularly sport outside of New Zealand. We got involved in sport many years ago when we became very passionate about showcasing and bringing North American sport out to these parts of the world, in both New Zealand and Australia. We bought
international ice hockey to New Zealand, showcasing the North American sport that it is.
I'll just quickly introduce Jaron Giesler. Giesler Worldwide Sports is our agency, is our NFL agency, but also our attorney and contract negotiation attorney. So, Jaron, welcome to New Zealand. You've had a long trip to get here. A little bit of rain last night in Wellington at the soccer game, but nevertheless, welcome to New Zealand.
Thank you, Craig, and Mark. It's a pleasure for you to be here. So, as mentioned, my name is Jaron Giesler. I am the president and CEO of Giesler Sports Worldwide. I'm very excited to be on the team announcing the Southern Bowl today. So the Southern Bowl has been in development for about 5 years. We've been working closely with the Douglas Weber Group out of New Zealand.
We found a great partnership with Giesler Worldwide Sports, where we formed and started developing the concept of bringing such a good showcase event out to our country, and that relationship has flourished and become a very important part of the Southern Bowl.
So they wanted to bring American football into the country. So their main goal was to bring a game to the fans of New Zealand, something that they could be excited about. And our idea was to take that and to spin that and to give fans of New Zealand something that they've never seen before, but then also allow players that should be playing in the NFL and for whatever reason didn't get the shot that they were looking for. We provide them with the opportunity to be in front of NFL scouts, NFL front office officials, Super Bowl winning coaches. And so we came up with the idea of starting and continuing NFL careers, and then found this game and really realized that it was a win-win situation for players and for fans, for everybody to succeed, and for, at the end of the day, these players to sign an NFL contract. As mentioned, this is my first trip to New Zealand, and I just have to say I am blown away with your country's hospitality. Every turn with tourism, just people have bent over backwards to show me what the country has to offer. So I'm ready to be back in March with 2 teams showing off the country. American football comes from a morphing of soccer and rugby, so the games are actually very close to one another. They're based on similar scoring patterns, and basically the only differences are a few minor tweaks between game clocks, flow of the game, and a few other minor details.
If you want to learn the secrets of field goal kicking, you need an expert. Luckily, we have Jaron Giesler, who's probably on the phone to Tom Brady right now.
From New Zealand, we don't know a lot about American football, but is it correct in saying that the place kickers sort of always made fun of by the rest of the team?
Somewhat, they're your smaller players, but a lot of times the game comes down to the kickers, so they're also highly respected.
Sounds very similar to our rugby goal kickers.
Okay.
Jaron was impressed, so we got down to serious NFL kicking business.
It's getting serious.
In my college days, when I was finely tuned, we would count the number of spirals. The way that they want to catch it is when the ball comes in, the holder catches it like this with both hands, and then just turns it straight down.
All right, time for the Super Bowl winning field goal.
What happens if your head doesn't fit?
Chris Key lines up the kick. Important kick this.
I think I need to aim to the left.
Yes. Distance was perfect.
Oh my, coach.
I hate to tell you, but I think we'll have you stick to rugby.
I don't even play rugby either.
Chris Key, NFL Draft 2016.
They're only little, aren't they? The balls are only little, so the sweet spot would be little.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it's more spherical. Is that the word I'm looking for? It goes pointy quickly.
It's littler. Yeah, it is. It's pointy. It does. It does. It goes pointy quicker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's What do you call that? It's more elliptical.
Oh, I don't know about elliptical. Wow, kids, you're not watching this, and we're not setting your mathematics curriculum either.
It's lens shape. It's more lenticular.
Oh, you're making words up.
No.
Yes, you are.
Lenticular is a word.
New Zealand is a perfect place for the Southern Bowl, largely because the country has never seen American football before. New Zealand loves rugby. They love contact sports. They're a very gladiatorial nation. So we thought it was a perfect match to bring this game to New Zealand for the first time. Douglas Weber Group started in 2011, bringing North American ice hockey to New Zealand.
Bringing international ice hockey out here to both New Zealand and Australia was a very large logistical nightmare. The first thing we had to do was find ourselves a global partner that could provide us with an NHL spec, fully portable ice hockey arena, and that in itself was no easy challenge. New Zealand doesn't have permanent ice rinks that house 10 to 20,000 people, so we had to take a portable ice hockey arena into some of New Zealand's and Australia's largest indoor venues that had a seating capacity which enabled us to really showcase the sport in this country. That was just one of many challenges that we faced.
There were several challenges we faced with selling an American game to international markets. Anytime a number of countries work together, you have problems with work visas, finding stadiums in foreign countries. So really, logistically, there were several hurdles that had to be made, but everybody involved with this, once they heard the idea, they were on board and wanted to bring the Southern Bowl to New Zealand.
Simply the sheer numbers of people that we're bringing. Moving international ice hockey around the world was approximately 60. Bringing American football out here is 2 to 3 times that. So, we have to be able to facilitate flights and accommodation, and there are a lot of challenges that sit around a touring group, of approximately 180 to 200 people.
Everybody's coming from everywhere. You have guys coming from California, from Philadelphia, from New York, different places. So what we're going to try to do is try to get guys to a centralized location out in California, and we're going to take 2 planes over. So, we've been sponsored by an airline company that's going to be able to ship both teams over to New Zealand and go from there. So we're very fortunate to have that.
Bringing the Southern Bowl down to New Zealand, we have 2 games. The first game is played at Auckland's Eden Park. Eden Park was the venue for the Rugby World Cup final here in New Zealand. It's also the largest outdoor venue that we have in our country. It's an amazing stadium. It's very exciting to take large sporting events there. So that's game 1. Game 2 is being played in Wellington's what we call the Cake Tin. It's a round venue seating approximately 35,000 people, and the game has a lot of significant historical features. So those are New Zealand's 2 largest outdoor venues, and we're looking forward to filling both of them.
Now, as far as coaches, we have the ability to announce that we are in negotiation with some amazing coaches. First off is Coach Herm Edwards, coached the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets in the NFL. Second coach we're looking at, and we don't have, we're in negotiation there, but we wanted to announce 2 coaches to you guys today. Now, we didn't anticipate the response that this would get in the States. We are just overwhelmed with people wanting to know what we're doing. So, we have coaches, lining up, ready to go, wanting to see what this is all about. So our second coach is Super Bowl winning coach Dick Vermeil.
So when we were looking for coaches for the Southern Bowl, you want to go out there and find the best coaches. That is definitely the first thing that we wanted to do. So we wanted to go out and find guys who we knew would be good coaches for the game. Initially, we wanted to reach out to Herm Edwards and Dick Vermeil to do the game. And, unfortunately, some things, they fell apart. Dick Vermeil, he wanted to do the game bad. He talked to us, he told us that, but, circumstances arose and he wasn't able to do it. So, we had to keep moving forward from there. So as Jaron and myself, we kept preparing and looking and making calls and everything like that. We were able to come across Mike Shanahan and Mike Holmgren, and it's like, wow, this is almost, rematch of the Super Bowl from a few years ago. And, what better coaches can you ask for?
I'm on the phone with Mike Holmgren, who's going to be coaching one of the teams in the Southern Bowl in New Zealand, first ever American football exhibition tour to hit the Southern Hemisphere next year. Oh, tell me about this Southern Bowl. You're looking for players right now, essentially?
Yeah, they have these tryout camps scattered around the country in 4 areas. They're kind of regional, and anybody can go, and if they think they got something in the tank, they can go. The target is those guys who are very, very close, so who are good football players. And now, through this game, the hope is that they learn a new system. They get coached a little by NFL coaches. They're evaluated by scouts, by coaches, and there is exposure there, and maybe they get another shot at their dream.
I know for Mike Holmgren, it wasn't too much selling because, from what we've heard and what he's told us, that New Zealand was a place that he's always wanted to visit. So, that was just the selling point in itself to, Mike Holmgren. For Mike Shanahan, it's a little bit more, finding out, making sure everything was right, and just making sure that this whole process was going to be the way that it should be, and making sure we were good to go.
Do you feel the game is a rematch of Super Bowl 32?
Well, I can't say it's a rematch at Super Bowl 32, but I got the utmost respect for Mike Holmgren, what he's accomplished, not only in pro football, but college football. I've had a chance to really study his career, and he's a guy that I really admire. And for us to have a game in New Zealand and coach against each other and put on a great game, I'm looking forward to the competition.
Yes. This weekend, football players can show their skills to NFL scouts, coaches, and teams at the Southern Bowl tryout tour right here in Las Vegas.
Ooh, here with more on this amazing opportunity for athletes to showcase athleticism, passion, and brutality on the football field. Jaron Giesler, the North American director of the Southern Bowl. Welcome to the show.
Ladies, thank you for having me. Hey Mike, just reviewing some tape. Got a great player for us, 6'7" tight end, runs a 4.6 240 and has a 35-inch vertical. Looks like he's about. We found players for the Southern Bowl in a number of different ways. We have been contacted rigorously by different agents all across the country. Every player has a story, and every player that is represented by an agent has an agent that vigorously tries to get them to the next level. So we've fielded calls from agents daily, sending us film, sending us different details and biographies of their players, trying to get them into the Southern Bowl games.
Hey Jaron, what's up, buddy? I'm pretty good, how are you? Okay. Hey, that sounds good, okay. I'll definitely have to check him out. 6'7" tight end, we can always use that. I mean, all right. But also, check this out. I got a receiver from Westchester out here in Pennsylvania. He's a pretty good guy, Eric Brundage. Really good guy, speed guy. Something that will probably bring electricity to the game and something that we're going to need. Up at Fordham University, I met Eric Brundage. The first thing that caught our attention was his 40 time. So we go through the 40 and we're like, wait, something isn't right here. I believe the first 40 he ran might have clocked a 4.2, high 4.2, low 4.3, which is, he's flying pretty much. So that caught our attention first. So we're like, okay, normally, guys with speed, maybe they can't play as much. Maybe they're just track guys. Well, he got out there and he did pretty good in routes and catching the ball and everything else like that. So we definitely had to make sure we added Eric to the team.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Eric Brundage. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and my position is wide receiver. We're located at Gratz High School, my sprint trainer, and just make this thing happen.
Basically what we're doing today is we're working on footwork, some agility, and change of direction. As basically as you see, the drill we just previously did is working on change of direction and footwork.
I did it. I felt it.
My biggest challenge, I would say, is just, just being prepared. My mentality is always be prepared because you never know what can happen. And my biggest fear is just not being prepared when the opportunity comes. I always believe the saying that the man who said he can't and the man who said he can are both correct. If you don't believe you're going to accomplish it, then you will not accomplish it 100% of the time. But if you believe you can, then you will, and it's set in stone that way.
Coach Tone got me out here conditioning, specifically working on change of direction and feet movement, just making sure we got quick feet, and that's just to help us get in and out of our breaks and be able to adjust on routes and make cuts in open field, make people miss. And you also got us out here working upper body with boxing. It's a great workout, and it's a great way to stay in shape, I'll tell you that much.
Step into it. Over here right, over here right.
And upper body is just, keeping us conditioned, making sure we got tight cores, because, that's really what the stamina is, being able to maintain and breathe and, focus under pressure, just the little things. So it's definitely working, I'll tell you that much.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Woo. 203.
That's that work.
Yeah, it's work. Whew.
You went for a treat, man.
And see, this is what I do with my wide receivers, because, when the D-back come with the jam on you, you got to have the quick hands like, bam, 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 and slide right past them.
Right.
That's what this work coming in there.
Bringing the Southern Bowl down here to our country provides a lot of benefit for a lot of people.
One, the fans of the game will benefit greatly because they will get to see a game live for the first time in their country. From that, the football players that play in the Southern Bowl benefit greatly because their main focus is to go to New Zealand, play the best possible games that they can, and earn an NFL deal.
But at the end of the day, there's a fine line making the team and not making it. And when you get a chance to showcase what they're going to be able to showcase in New Zealand, both in practice and game day, I know they're looking for that opportunity.
I mean, you can always say that you want something and do what you want, but it's all about the will and the skill that you put towards your goal and critiquing and perfecting, the blessings that God has given you.